When Atiku went to Chatham House, he was asked some questions and he went into silence for a minute. FFK, welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post or juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. During an interview with Channels Television, the former Minister of Aviation, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, stated that gifts are made by all presidential candidates, not just the APC's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The former Minister of Aviation stated that there was a time when Atiku also went to Chatham House and he was asked some questions to answer and he went silent for a full minute. He heard that his reason for being silent is, however, not known to him. According to him, he spoke about what he described as gifts during the course of that discussion. But it is true, gifts are made from time to time by every presidential candidate. Well, our candidate did not go to Chatham House to make the sort of gift that Atiku made. He went there to ask some questions. He was speaking, and for a full second, he was actually reading from a script, and for 1 full minute, he went into silence. And what does that mean? Is it that he couldn't read anymore? Is it that his mind went blind? What do you think? What are your thoughts on opinion concerning FFK's statement? FFK's statement is FFK is trying so hard. They are trying so hard to cover up their principle. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. If they ask you a question, especially if you're speaking, there are times that you're going to need to even take a break to recollect so that you don't go. That is it. The time you pause, you think about the question. You're allowed to do that. There is no crime in doing that. And now the same thing, but you can't compare. You can't come and start comparing. FFK is acting like a child, if you ask me. You know, children now, when they commit a crime and when they are being scolded for it, and they now say, what of him? The other day, he did this man, nobody beat him. That is how you are sounding. I am so sorry to say, FFK, this is how it is sounding to me. You're now coming out to say, the other time, Uncle, that Atiku went to Chatham House and he went silent for a full minute. He was not, Uncle, just accept it that your candidate did not do well. It is very simple. I'm not in any way defending Atiku, but I'm saying, you don't use another person's, fuck up to cover your own or mess up. You don't do that. You don't do that at all. Ha. And then truly, see, there is no how you're going to be a public speaker. They're not going to come with gifts. But we're not even talking about that. We're talking about how your principals was asked questions and he delegated questions. Like, where in the world will you be the speaker at an event and they'll ask you questions and you go delegating duties? I mean, if you're not the one speaking initially, no problem. Maybe they handed you the mic to say something. You just want to say something real quick. And then in the midst of that, that question came in. Or maybe the person who was handling the show stepped out. You would just say, oh, for a minute, let the person come back. That is it. You did not go anywhere. You were standing there and you're delegating questions. I mean, who does that? But he answered at all and didn't delegate any to his aides to answer. Exactly. I'm in no way supporting the PDP, but I'm saying that FFK, just come outside and accept the truth that your candidate no do well. Okay, who is listening to this man? Though I'm not supporting Atiku. Exactly. I'm not supporting Atiku, but what he's saying does not seem to be rational to me. Okay. But your candidate employed people to answer for him. Exactly what I'm talking about. No defender of the constantly fumbling Tinubu has ever provided any cogent reason why the principle has become synonymous with endless gifts. If they have any atom of conscience, they would not be shamelessly defending a presidential candidate whose origin, particulars, and life are inexplicable to the entire world. But because they all want some cut from the doubtful worth of a sick and shaky candidate, they will not mind if he signs off Nigeria to other nations as a climax of his peculiar gifts. The whiff of money, even London drug and fraudulent money, this is too much. There's a law exposing as many of them nationwide. But God Almighty and the true but cheated people of Nigeria are determined to disgrace all of them publicly. This is actually very uncivilized. But the truth of the matter is, tackle your own issue. No drag another presidential issue. Join your own. Another presidential candidate issue. But here on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.